Hello and welcome. My name is Abdullah. In this video, we are going to learn C++, and this concept is function overloading. So, one way that C++ achieves polymorphism is through the use of function overloading. So, it's basically in C++, a function can have two or more functions that share the same name as long as their parameter declaration are different. So, in this situation, the function that share the same name are said to be overloaded. So this is what we call function overloading. So in this program that we are going to write, we are going to create two functions. Those functions will help us to find the absolute value of a given number. We are not using the built-in function. So for further ado, let's jump into the text editor and start writing the code. So I'm going to use Vim, so you are free to use any Python text editor you like. So let's start it. I'm going to write the model C++. So the first thing that I need to do is to write my my header file to include it, and then I will start and I will be explaining throughout this video what I'm going to do. So now I include my header file, so I'm going to use this using namespace std. Alright, so what I'm going to do, because we say that it's find absolute value, I'm going to declare two functions, and I'm going to name them as apps, so for absolute value, and they are going to be for integer and long. So let's say int apps int a. For example, the absolute value of this number a. So let's say long apps, so same name, long l, right? Alright, so I declare my functions. So now I have to define them and then call them into my main function. So what I'm going to do now, let's start by writing the function for int. So there is one concept that I want to explain here, which is ternary operator. So basically that what we are going to use, else we can use if else condition. So ternary operator can be used to replace if else conditions, because we need to check if the number is less than 0, and then we will just try to convert it to positive number. If it is negative, if it is not, we just print the same number. So that's what we have to do. Basically, the definition of ternary operator is that it evaluates the test conditions, and after evaluation of the test condition, it executes the block of code based on the result of the condition. So that's all about a ternary operator. So I'm going to write it, we will see. So let's start int apps and then int a. So this is my function. So let me try to do a print here. So my print here, I'm going to say using int, right? So using int apps. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to return something. And what is that? What I'm going to return? I'm going to return a, right? This in case I'm going to return a if it is less than 0, right? Else, like this is the question mark, and then I'm going to do minus a. If it is negative also, I have to return the positive value. If it is, I will return a if it is less than 0. If it is a negative number also, I will return a as well. So it means I'm going to return a positive number. So this will evaluate this program, and then based on this, it will give us the output. So this is how ternary operator works. So basically I need to put semicolon at the end. So now our program is working fine. Yeah, it's working fine. So let's do the same thing for our double. So let me just go ahead and copy this function. Alright, so I'm going to replace this one by long. I'm just going to replace wherever I have int, I'm going to replace it by long, right? So instead of, I have to change now the parameter of a to L, right? Because that's what we just start with. So alright, so this means I did my I did this, but there is one change that I need because long is kind of 0 point something, 0.0. Yep. So now my program is alright. So the next thing that I'm going to do is to call these functions in my main function. So let's create our main function. So I'm going to create my main function that I'm going to say cout, and then I'm going to call my apps, which I give just integer. Let's say I'm going to give negative number minus 10 or minus 10, and I do the same thing for, let's say, minus 20.5, right? So this is our function overloading in C++, and we save it, and right now we can see everything is working fine, no error till now. So then let's run it and see what with the output. Yep, so we got the output. So using int, right, using int we got 10, and then we got 20. So because we didn't print, I think I'm supposed to do something here. Let me just try to print to give some spaces here. Alright, so let's try again. Alright, cool. So you can see the first one using int, I got 10, and then I got 20.04, and the execution time is it takes only 14 seconds to execute. So that's all I want to explain, but this is the very important concept. Like this, I'm supposed to use if else condition in this place, but I use this ternary approach, which is pretty handy to use. You know, this can save you a lot of lines of code. Like if I use if else, that will take me 3 to 4 lines. So look, with this I only have 1 line, so which is good. So that's all for this video, and thank you for watching.